What is the real meaning of Monsters and Men, Little Talks? Well, just to remind you what this song sounds like, I'm going to play the first few seconds of it here. You've probably heard it. It's a pretty popular song, and they played it a lot on the radio. I was kind of interested in the song as soon as I heard it because it stood out to me from all the pop songs that were playing at the time with no lyrical depth. When I heard all those, baby, baby, blah, 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 blah pop songs that really didn't mean anything, didn't resonate with me at all, I was bored out of my mind listening to the same old lyrics. But then this song came along with its catchy beat and its really interesting lyrics that really made me interested in what the song could mean. So I have the lyrics here. I have many interpretations of the lyrics that people have speculated over the last 4 years when it was released. But I also have the intended meaning of the lyrics here from the authors of the song itself. So I'll go over some of the theories that people have about the lyrics, and I'll give you my own. So we're going to listen to the first part, and we're going to think about what it could mean. So right off the bat, we start the song off with hey, hey, hey. That just creates a sense of ambience. It's nothing really important, these heys. But then we get to I don't like walking around this old and empty house, so hold my hand, I'll walk with you, my dear. So the female is saying I don't like walking around this old and empty house, and the male is saying so hold my hand, I'll walk with you, my dear. Now, to really get a sense of what is happening here, you have to listen to the whole song, and then you probably have to listen to it multiple times. But basically, the theory that is the most prominent theory, and the one that is confirmed by the author, is that this song is about a woman with Alzheimer's dealing with the fact that her husband is now gone, or something to that effect. Either a woman who has Alzheimer's dealing with her husband who isn't really making sense to her anymore because she has Alzheimer's, or a woman who has Alzheimer's and her husband is dead and she's hearing his ghost. The ghost idea is the most prominent idea, as you can tell here. I don't know how to pronounce this, Hilm Ardottir explained the song's meaning as how we usually make our lyrics is Raji and I, sometimes we come up with our stories or situations. That one is about a relationship. Sometimes we haven't wanted to give too much away. And then you can see here that the interviewer is kind of like prodding at him to give away the meaning of the song. So he says, we like people to read their own things into the lyrics, which people have. But he says, I guess I could share it. It's about a couple and the husband passed away, and it's from the conversation between the two of them. We don't know if she's going crazy or if something's actually there. We've kind of been inspired by people that lived in my house. The old couple that lived there for 30 years, the one passed away, so it was kind of different. So that is the official author's interpretation, that it is two old people speaking to each other. So with this in mind, we can now analyze these lyrics in a totally different way. So face value, it's just two people talking to each other about nothing. It's a little talk because it's nothing important is being said, right? But if you read into that way, everything they say suddenly becomes very important. So let's keep listening.
The stars creak, I should sleep, it's keeping me awake. It's the house telling you to close your eyes.
So again, this reinforces the ghost sort of mentality. Whether or not it's an actual ghost or she's just perceiving it as a ghost, I don't like walking around this old and empty house. So the ghost is a comforting ghost. It's like, so hold my hand, I'll walk with you, my dear. It's saying, I will comfort you in the time of need. I will comfort you even though I'm dead, basically. And then she's still freaked out. She says, the stairs creak as you sleep, it's keeping me awake. And then this is her mind playing her tricks on her. As he later says, this is impossible. Like, how is this happening? What's going on? She basically says, the stairs creak as you sleep, it's keeping me awake. And he says, it's the house telling you to close your eyes. So again, he just wants her to chill. So here we come to the most principal part of the song. He's saying that though the truth may vary, and this is the chorus because it is one of the most important parts. The truth may vary. This ship will carry our bodies safe to shore. So the truth, whether or not he is alive or not, this ship, which is sort of their belief, will carry our bodies safe to shore. Basically, this is, you can read into this many ways, but the most prominent way to read into it is the person who is whose mental state is declining has a ship kind of that carries her through the turbulent waters, that is not knowing whether or not her husband's alive, whether or not knowing her husband's haunting her as a ghost, feeling that reality is breaking apart. She has the ship, which is the comfort of her husband, that is kind of protecting her from all this insanity. And this ship will carry our bodies safe to shore. Now, the our bodies is interesting because they don't say us. It's not carrying us safe to shore. They say our bodies, which implies death. Implies that one or two of them is dead. They might be both dead, but the most prominent interpretation is that the woman is dying and the husband is dead. So our body is safe to shore. It's kind of morbid, but the morbidity is actually kind of peaceful because they'll be reunited once they're dead. So again, it'll just go hey hey for a while. So we'll just skip over here. Ooh, this is an interesting one. I forgot about this. So, there's an old voice in my head that's holding me back. We'll tell her that I miss our little talks. When this is the woman saying there's an old voice, right? The woman who's saying there's an old voice in my head, she's talking about herself. The voice is herself. So, when she says it's holding her back, she's saying it's a bad thing. The voice in her head could be that she's hearing her husband speaking, and she knows that the source of the husband speaking is herself. So she says, "There's an old voice in my head that's holding me back." That's her. But it could also be that when her husband chimes in and says, "Well, tell her that I miss our little talks," kind of cheekily, he's saying that it doesn't matter if she's imagining things because she has the voice of her husband, which is the only thing she really wants out of life anymore at this point in life. She has the comfort of her husband just right next to her, saying, "Oh, I miss our little talks. Like, I miss talking to you." So she can recreate the only thing that she misses by imagining her husband, as it were. So this fits in with the imagination theory, not the ghost theory, but it could also fit in for both. So again, we used to play outside when we were young, full of life and full of love. This is the line that drives home the fact that these are old people, and these are people who are so old that they're on the verge of dying, because they say soon it will be over and buried with our past. Lots of the song is rooted in the past. They always think about the past. We used to do this. The little talks were like this. I loved how we did this. We had so much energy back then. This is all things old people talk about because they're old and they look back instead of forward like young people do. So this drives home the fact that these are definitely, no matter what interpretation you're taking, old people, and these old people are losing their grip on reality. It is depressing, the lyrics, like it'll be over and buried, but the song is upbeat. So think about that. Why would you have an upbeat song with really depressing lyrics? Well, it's because the depressing lyrics really aren't that depressing. They're saying they're getting older and they're going to die, but the theme of the song is not that that's a bad thing. The theme of the song is that they will be reunited in death, or even that death cannot keep them from each other because she'll imagine the voice even as he's dead. Now we get to the clincher. So this is the line that drives home the fact that this is not a ghost. This is an imagination. She says, she says, "Some days I don't know if I am wrong or right." This ties into the idea that truth is not important when they're talking about staying with their husband. So it does not matter if her husband is really there or not. She doesn't know if she's wrong or right. She's completely oblivious. And just like how the audience is completely oblivious to whether or not this guy is a ghost or she's just imagining him. But then he says, "Your mind is playing tricks on you, my dear." Again, you can read that both ways. You can think of that as the ghost is saying your mind is like messing with you, I'm real, like I'm actually here, I'm talking to you. Or your mind is playing tricks on you because, again, she says, there's an old voice in my head that's holding me back. The old voice is her, right? The old voice is saying, your mind is playing tricks on you, my dear. She knows that she's just imagining him, and on some level, she realizes that the truth doesn't matter. She's just keeping him alive in her memory because that's the only thing she has left. So, yes, that's the majority of the lyrics. I will skip to the next part. Ooh, yes. Now we get to the part. So you can see how these meaning behind the song and the lyrics are connecting now, right? You're gone, gone, gone away. I watched you disappear. All that's left is the ghost of you. So again, you can read into this. It's a ghost. Literally, there's a ghost there, or there's just a shadow of what used to be, and that's in her mind, and she's just imagining it, and she's aware of that.
Now we're torn apart. There's nothing we can do. Just let me go. We'll meet again soon.
Again, depressing lyrics, right? And now the song's actually matching up with the depressing lyrics. She says, "There's nothing we can do." So basically, hopelessness. We're torn apart. Like, you dead dog. How we gonna meet again? Just let me go. We'll meet again soon. That's the uplifting part. If I go, then I will be there. And now here's the interesting part. This line, it sounds like it's being said by the guy, but there's a bit of the female vocal as well. So both of them are saying, now wait for me. Please hang around. I'll see you when I fall asleep. The reason that they're both saying this is because each of them is saying, wait for me. The ghost is saying, wait for me. Like, the longer you wait here, the more I can see you in your dreams. So he's saying, as long as you're in reality, I can be with you. And it might imply that we're actually not going to be reconnected in the afterlife, which kind of goes against the theme of the song. Or you can read into it, the woman is saying, now wait for me, please hang around, I'll see you when I fall asleep. The sleep is her death. She'll die, and then she'll see him in heaven. Wait for me, please hang around. She's talking to the ghost. She's saying, don't leave heaven. I don't know if you can do that, but like hang around the house. Maybe they'll haunt the house together. They just want to be together for the very last time. And that is the end of the lyrics. So, yeah, the rest is just repetition. So, it's a great song. It's very deep. There's many, many ways to read into it. Even though the author has said that it is specifically a old people talking about Alzheimer's and death and ghosts sort of song, that this is something you can read in too many ways. Like, I have random comments here. Though the truth may vary, the ship will carry a body safe to shore. As one line saying that he's telling her everything will be okay, even though he knows it won't. Like, that's kind of different from what we were interpreting it as, right? But it's just like some random dude on the internet thinks that. Sure, you can go ahead and think that. It was written with the intent to be able to read into it, and that's the sort of songs that I like. They stand out from all these shitty pop songs that talk about, baby, 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 I think that you're crazy. I love to eat chocolate candy, and I dance at a party, and I accumulate many STDs. I don't know. So I hope you enjoyed my lyrical analysis. If you liked my lyrical analysis, please let me know, and I will tell you more lyrical analysis. You might find that there's a lot of hidden meanings to songs that you didn't even think about. So if you like this video, like the video. If you didn't like the video, dislike the video. If you comment on the video, just comment on the video. If you enjoy more of this stuff, subscribe and tell me. If you want to burn down Washington, D.C., please describe your love for potatoes. Thank you. Goodbye. Blah.